Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
My key to the city of Gary, Indiana. Look at this. And my gold record from that novelty party song.
Oh man, Trey, look up at the sky. It's a full moon on the Sabbath.
This is scary.
Break it down.
I was working late on my Haftorah when I heard a knock on my bedroom door. I opened it up, and to my surprise, there was a werewolf standing there with glowing gold eyes. He said, tomorrow, my son, you will be a man. But tonight's the time to join the Wolfen clan. Tomorrow you will stand at the beamer and pray. But tonight, let's gaze at the moon and bathe. Werewolf for mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. Werewolf for mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
All right, that was great, Trey. Okay, it's over. That's a wrap.
Oh. The next day, what happened? The Toma didn't teach. I got up in front of everyone to give my little speech. Then my teeth turned into fangs and my nails into claws, and I nearly dropped the Torah when my hands turned into paws. I growled and I roared, and my rabbi did as well. It was a rocking werewolf zoo at Temple Beth Emmanuel.
Hey man, where'd you learn all these Jewish words?
My manager Harvey Lemmings. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming becoming wolves.
I just don't think the idea of the song can sustain itself for that long. It seems a little sweaty now, so.
This whole premise is sweaty. We had a reception at the Larchmont Country Club. They served a real nice brisket and an 8-foot party sub. I danced with my cousins, I got money from my folks. We had a lot of fun making circumcision jokes. Then I remembered the premise of my song. I was at a nice reception, but the werewolf part was gone. So we pulled ourselves together and we're wolfmen again. Just in time for monster fight to begin. All the country club employees were brain-sucking pack who had all turned into zombies and were on the attack. So we fought them and some Draculas and Frankensteins too. Cause you gotta love bar mitzvah even if you're not a art.
There's no such thing as
Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. Werewolf bar mitzvah, kooky, hairy. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. I don't want this. I don't like this. This is scary. Turning into werewolves and stuff. You know?
I don't know, Trey. I'm not feeling it. This ain't no dick in a box. Mazel tov.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 326.
The oddest, I don't even know, Brian. I got nothing. I'm so out of sorts today.
Right.
The out of sortest podcast on the network.
That seems fair. Before we get into much else here, hopefully everyone listened right before my intro here, because as is tradition, we have Werewolf Bar Mitzvah there. And it's the full version of it. So if you want to hear the whole song, it's there. If you don't, then whatever. Yeah.
If you don't, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
It's the best Halloween song ever.
I agree. And I had fun, when I pulled it up and saw that it was the full deal, because it's got a little bit of the part with, remember the sketch on it? It was like when Tracy Morgan's like, here's my key to the city. And then he's like, here's that record from that weird thing I did. And then it goes into the song. So I was like, oh, it's got that there too. But, it's got basically the whole scene from the show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because, it's, I don't know. If you're not a fan of 30 Rock, I don't know if we could be friends.
I know, right? If you've never seen it, you should definitely go check it out.
Yeah, for sure. It's fantastic.
Show. Yeah.
Fantastical.
The other thing here is it's weird. Normally we don't go into a show already knowing the name of it. It usually kind of happens organically throughout the episode. Usually something one of us has said becomes...
Some would say orgasmically.
That someone is not me.
Oh, behave.
But this is our Halloween Spanktacular number 7.
Oh, shit, son. Are you kidding me?
I am not. We did our first one in 2011, and here we are.
Oh, my God. That is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
This is the number 7.
Yeah. I didn't really think about it until I looked it up, because I was like, I got to make sure I get the number right, So I pulled up our past episodes page and checked it out, and I was like, oh my God, this is number 7.
We're 3 spanks away from a decade of spanks.
Sure are. Oh,
that's mind-blowing.
Yep. And as is tradition...
I wish I had my soundboard, because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
Right? I know, it's funny, because I actually thought earlier in the week I was going to contact you and be like, hey, you should get some spooky sounds for... the podcast this week, and I was like, oh wait, we're doing it this way, so.
Yeah, we're being wonky this time.
I guess we should maybe pull the curtain back a little bit in that I'm at the normal place that I record from, my house, and.
I'm in Detroit.
Yeah.
Actually, this is actually kind of cool. I finally achieved a dream, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm being paid to podcast.
That's true, you are. Wow.
Because I'm currently sitting in the actually quite comfortable seat of a Lincoln limousine. Nice. Because I'm on the job.
Wow. Kind of like that.
Right?
Yeah. So, once again, Tony on random assignment.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of those wacky field reporters.
Yeah. You might as well be. I mean, you've chimed in from what, like Jamaica? Well, no, not for this, you didn't, but, I can't remember. I mean, obviously the cottage. I feel like there was somewhere else you reported from. I mean,
I definitely get around.
Yeah, I only have one time in the field, and that was when I was in the Motel of Death, or whatever we called it, Death Motel, whatever it was.
Yeah, the murder room you were in.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're in room 42. That's in our hepatitis wing. Like,
wow.
Fancy.
Good. At least I don't have anything to worry about. Yeah. So yeah, there's all the, like, behind the scenes-y whatnot. You know, cause I wanted to mention the Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, cause, you know, I know how it is. A lot of times you hear the intro song, you scrub through it to, you know, the talking or whatever. I do it too. It's, you know.
Right. Oh, same here.
But, you know.
Yeah, I have it done with science for some shows.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I need 3 hits of my 30-second skip button.
Yeah. Yep. Usually, like on, when I listen to Risk, I can hit the 2-minute one and then the 30-second one, and usually it's right as he's introducing the first story.
Perfect.
Yeah. Then I don't have to hear all the, you know.
Nonsense.
Yeah. I was going to say. Meh. All right. Yeah, we'll just go with it.
But yeah, so I mean, although if you guys are like, wow, the sound is actually not bad considering all the nonsense going on. I'm just using my phone. Podcasting's easy, guys.
Right?
You don't need to drop $1 million on equipment and have a studio to make a good podcast.
That's true. And really, I mean, what I'm sitting here with is really not even that expensive, even if you straight out bought it.
Exactly.
I'm on a $300 laptop. We've got the soundboard, which was like $80 or $100, something like that. And a mic that was like $15, I think. So that's it.
Yep.
You know?
So you too can be an amazing podcaster like your heroes at Salty Language.
Heroes.
And if you need somewhere to go, hit up the Tangent Bound Network.
Boom. Oh.
Boom.
Man. Mark.
Yeah, he just jizzed everywhere.
I was just gonna say he just filled his pants with that one. So.
Oh boy, did he! Some of that Cleveland tapioca.
Oh my, that's disturbing.
Right?
Very disturbing.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. I guess you will, won't you?
Indeed.
What was I gonna say here?
Man, you know how easy it'd be for me to walk over to the Hockey Town bar right there. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. Too easy.
It's right. It's right there. My luck, though, I'd walk away and come back. This thing would be towed. Fuck.
Yeah. And then that'd be a good one to explain.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you see.
Yeah, sorry. I can't get you home. And I don't know where the car's at.
Right, yeah. I think the only way you could save yourself in a story like that would be like, I had to go to the bathroom really bad.
Well, I mean, if we're pulling the curtain back, I already peed into a cup, so...
Well, what if it's not pee? You know what I'm saying? You could be like,
oh yeah,
hey, I had some tummy rumblings, you know. I didn't think you wanted me messing the car up, so.
Exactly. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I ran in to get, and I've heard that beer helps with that, so I had 3, and.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, I better have 3 just in case.
Right. One didn't work, 2 didn't work, gotta have a 3rd one.
Yeah, exactly. Then everything started moving.
Right. Yeah.
Crazy.
I wonder if that's ever happened for them. Like has somebody, you know, gotten the car towed because they went in to use a bathroom, or, I mean, you know, like legitimately, not like, you know, to have beers or something, but, you know.
Oh, I'm sure some nonsense like that's happened to somebody.
Yeah. Especially if you're in like a city you're not super familiar with, you know?
Yeah, exactly, right. Well, I do know this whole line of other, like, transport vehicles I'm sitting in. Fuck, I just dropped my water. Karate chopped it. Yeah, this line of vehicles I'm in, there's definitely no parking signs on the side of the road.
Right.
You know, I guess they're kind of like, well, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to be here all night.
Yeah, probably not.
I hope.
Yeah. Be funny though, like the cops come and just like take all the cars. Like,
exactly.
Oh man.
That sound actually, that'd be shitty.
Yeah, good night.
Asshole cops.
Good night for them. Terrible night for everybody else.
Right.
So,
although, it's weird though, because I'm getting paid to podcast right now.
Yeah.
And earlier, because, you know, more pulling at a curtain back, the reason I'm in a limo and whatnot, because that's kind of like my side gig, is I get to drive nice cars and drive people around.
Right. It's not a job, though. It's just something he does. He just steals the limo. And
exactly. I'm one of those. I'm like Baby Driver.
Nice.
But this is all specifically requested by my parents. So it's the first time I ever drove a stretch limo. It's been exciting, to say the least.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah, definitely, the blind spots in these are ridiculous.
Well, I can't figure out why that would be.
But, that's the only thing I don't like about this little, like, side job I have, because they're like, oh, go do this, and you're like, and here's a car you've never drove before. It's like, fuck.
Right.
And now I gotta try to figure it out on the job.
Right. Yeah, they should have like a parking lot that's got like a little obstacle course so you can, just drive around and get the feel of the car or whatever and try not to hit some cones or something.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely something. Because there's been some times where, normally I'll drive like sedan number 11 or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm in this other one. I'm like, all the buttons are different. I don't know where my plug goes to plug in my phone.
Right.
It's just, I wish I would just keep you in the same one, but whatever.
Yeah. It
is what it is. But yeah, so I picked up my parents and a bunch of their friends, and then my mom's like, oh, you're joining us for dinner, right? And I'm like, I guess. So I drove us all to a restaurant and parked the car way out back and ran in and ate dinner with my parents.
What an odd night.
I know, right? It's been bizarre.
It's really different, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So, how's your week been?
It's been alright. It's been weird, I'll be honest.
Well, if it's been anything like today, I imagine.
Well, I'll just cut right to the weirdest part of my week.
Yeah, fair enough.
This week I had to do a physical for my, my normal job.
Yeah.
Which I've already done for my side gig. And I'm like, hey, I already have one of these forms. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. We want one for our records.
That's so dumb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I could save you like $120, but whatever. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So I go do this physical thing. And, it's way different than the other physical I took, right? Like, it's like kind of the same, they wanted to do height, weight, and all that, which they do the old BMI test, which is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, whoa. Boy, I just had a couple of, urban teenagers walk by, and boy, is the weed smell heavy in this car now. Holy shit. Those kids are blazing. Anywho, I feel like I'm just getting hotbox.
Breaking news.
Yeah, really.
Oh, shit.
But so and they weigh it with like all my shit on. Like I have my, I got 2 cell phones on me, knives, pens. I got all this crap on me. 2 sets of keys. Right. They did have me take my boots off, which they didn't have my coworker take his boots off.
That's funny, because the boots probably weigh like 10 pounds.
Yeah, exactly, because we wear steel toes.
Yeah.
And like he was pissed off because he almost failed his test.
Oh. Based
on the BMI fraction. Because like I know you've never like seen my coworker Mike.
Yeah.
But he's about 5'8", 5'9", and he's definitely got an anchor on him. He loves his beer.
Right.
But the dude's he's like a ball of muscle,
Yeah, right.
So he weighs probably 230.
Yeah.
But according to the math problem that is your BMI, they're like, oh, you're probably going to have to go in for a sleep study.
Yeah.
Which is just ridiculous,
Yep. It's funny because, like, a lot of, air quote, experts and whatnot have kind of been, speaking out against BMI, how it doesn't work, because people's body density and stuff is different as far as, like you were just saying, like he's mostly muscle versus, just laying around with, as a pile of pudding that, got poured into some clothes or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the dude's an ox,
yeah. Right. And there's a huge difference between being that kind of 230, because I mean, look at an offensive lineman in football. you look at him and you go, well, man, look at the gut on him. But it's like, dude, this guy can move a bus. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in really good shape.
Because, he's got a lot of problems with anxiety and stuff. So him and I were talking about it afterwards, and he was all just flaming pissed off. And I'm like, that whole BMI thing's just bullshit. It was that same argument I had. I'm like, look at like a NFL running back. They're like 5'7", 225.
Yeah, exactly.
According to the math, they're probably obese.
Yeah. Even though they're shredded.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, they're 8% body fat.
Yeah. It's such a dumb thing.
Probably less. It's dumb.
Yeah.
But so I did all this dumb shit. And then they're like, put your nose against this board. And then they walked out of the room and they started whispering 3, 6. And you have to you just repeat the numbers. The whole thing is just silly.
What the hell? Okay.
I know, right? And then she's like, okay, well the doctor will be here in a second. Take everything off except your underwear. There's a paper gown, which the last time I did this was not part of the gig. I'm like, what? Okay, So,
right.
And I'm thinking, well, I put on the form hernia surgery. I'm like, maybe I'm getting my balls fondled today.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Now, did you quickly ask about the knuckle size of the doctor?
Yeah, really.
Little callback. Yeah.
Is he Indian or not?
Oh boy. Yeah.
Did he used to be an Indian potato farmer?
Does he have arthritis? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to also mention, because the nurse, she's like, we need to check your urine for sugar, which I'm like, really? I'm pretty sure you're probably doing a drug test.
Yeah, right.
But the way she put it was, do you think you can work up some urine for me?
So there's an episode of Family Guy where Brian is on house arrest, I think it is, or his probation, and Joe shows up, and is like, hey, it's time for your pee test. And he hands him a cup, and then he hands him some porn mags, and Brian's like, and Joe's like, oh, it's been a while since I've, So that popped into my head when you said that, he had to go work it up.
Yeah, it just threw me off. It's I don't know if she wanted me to, she's into golden showers.
Right.
I don't know.
Can you go,
the whole,
can you give me some inspiration or some help? Yeah.
Yeah, it was just bizarre. But whatever.
Right.
But, what the fuck? I'm confused. People are moving around me. Yeah, whatever. I guess I don't see cops, so it's fine. So, so I put on this amazing, sexy paper gown.
Sure.
And it has this elastic belt that, I could barely tie. Because if I didn't tie it, it's just it didn't even stay on. I'm like, what is the point of this? I should just sit here in my damn undies or something,
Right.
Yeah. Well, the doctor comes in, checks all my reflexes and, heart and breathing and all that. And then he's like, okay, I need you to, get up on your tiptoes and walk to the corner of the room. Like, oh, okay. So I daintily walk to the corner of the room.
Right. Like you're on a runway.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's like, okay, now pull your toes up and then walk backwards on your heels back towards me. I'm like, oh, okay. I do that. And then he's like, okay, now I need you to do some squats. Now, mind you, my ass is hanging towards him. So I'm like, okay, and I'm doing squats. And then he's like, okay, I need you to do high kicks. I do some high kicks. This is not, I've done 2 of these physicals in my life, though. First time this ever happened. Talking to Mike, he didn't have to do any of these.
Oh, that's really funny.
Right?
It makes you wonder why you did and he didn't, though.
I mean, I don't know if he was trying to get a look at my, the old German bratwurst there.
Or maybe he's not really a doctor.
Yeah, maybe not. And of course, because I'm Johnny Under Armour, I have one pair of Under Armour, boxer briefs.
Yeah.
That for some reason, when because Jeannie buys all my stuff, she bought them these high cut ones,
Yeah.
So where they're cut on my thigh, quite literally my balls hang lower than where they're cut. So it looks bizarre.
And here you are goose stepping around the doctor's office.
Exactly. Here I'm doing fucking cheerleader kicks and goose stepping and
Oh my God.
All for this amusement is creep.
You know, I never want to picture you in your underpants, but, you know, this whole thing is really funny.
It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
I was confused by the whole process.
I've never heard of somebody having to do those parts. I mean, I've had a physical in my life and I didn't have to do that. I had to do some weird shit, but it wasn't that stuff. Like I had to get down on my knees and get back up.
Right.
You know, which, you know, you can make your own jokes about, but, you know, but it was because, you know, I had said that I had a bad knee. So they wanted to see basically how bad was it, you know?
Right.
And I had to do squats. I did have to do squats. Again, though, knee, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, because I complained about a knee, so they're like, all right, well, let's see the dexterity of the knee. You know, I had to lay on my back on the, you know, the paper-covered bed, and, you know, he moved my knee in different ways. Does this hurt? Does this hurt? You know? So, but, you know, I don't think that's part of a normal physical.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing was, like, you know, you're right with the goose stepping. I mean, I don't know. It was so weird.
That is wild. Yeah.
I don't know if you wanted like a little like blitzkrieg in his face or something, or I don't know.
Probably. Man. What you should do is you should give Mike shit about that. Just be like, I'm pretty sure he wanted some sausage in his face, you know, and of course he came to me.
It's like it's all World War II, Mike. You're Polish, I'm German. You know, we see how that worked out.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
But the thing that bugs me is I'm standing there as he's filling out my paperwork with my clothes back on now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all the staff that are working.
Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
When you got done, did he throw a towel at you and say clean yourself up?
Mop yourself up.
Yeah. Sets a couple bucks on the counter.
Yeah.
Like, here's cab fare or Uber fare, however you want to work. You know.
No, but I'm sitting there looking at everybody that works in this place that, you know, hands out physicals and basically just judges the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guarantee I'm healthier than everybody in this office just by looking at them.
Probably true.
And for some reason that really bothers me.
I've always had a thing about that. Sorry for blowing the mic out there, folks. I've always had a weird thing about that, you know, because it's like having a fat gym teacher or, you know, the old skinny chef thing where, you know, it's like, when you go to the doctor's office, it's amazing how many people are like obese that work at doctor's offices.
Right.
You know, and it's so weird to me. Like, and I'll see them outside smoking and stuff too, you know, and it's like,
yeah, it's mind blowing, isn't it? It's weird.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, hey, whatever.
Does not compute.
Yeah. I mean, I know really it doesn't, you know, they can still do their job. It's not like it's, you know, it stops that, but it's just weird.
Right.
So yeah.
So yeah, that was like the weirdest part of my week, really.
If you had somewhere to go up from there,
yeah, I know, right?
I'd be like, wow, that is really weird.
Like, damn, shit got strange.
Right. Damn, son. Yeah.
Damn. I did also see side note, see my hero, sitting next to me in the parking lot at the gym. I like got out and I threw my duffel bag in. I'm already to start the Jeep up, but I just happened to look over. There's a guy sitting next to me in a minivan, just a big dude. He's got this like big boss man. Big boss man had a goatee, didn't he? He just had like a Sergeant Slaughter mustache. That's what I'm thinking of. Right?
Yeah.
He's got a big old like Speedway coffee in his one hand, and he's got a half-eaten donut in his other hand, and then there's another donut sitting on his dashboard.
Now this is in the gym parking lot.
Yeah, it's right. It's in the Wise parking lot.
Nice. That's funny.
It's like, that guy knows what's up.
Well, you got a carb load, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he goes in, the trainer's like, did you carb load like I told you? Be like, yeah, I just had 6 donuts out in the parking lot.
Yeah. I haven't carb loading since last week.
Yeah. I haven't stopped. I never got full, so I didn't know when I should stop. Oh man, that is funny. One of the times we were over at, there's you know where Walmart, I'm getting local folks, sorry, but where Walmart is, how there's like on Central, there's a McDonald's across the street from it, and there's a gym right there next to the McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. Big old LA Fitness.
Yeah, that's what
monster.
it is. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was called. Yep. So there's been so many times where we've gone to Walmart and then gone across the street to McDonald's to get lunch or whatever, and we sit like to where we're facing, looking at the parking lot of LA Fitness. And it's so funny because I've seen people sitting in the parking lot there just cramming McDonald's in their face. Right. Like I saw one guy put it looked like 2 quarter pounders in his face. And I was like, well, at least he's going to the gym after, I guess. And it's like, you know what? He's probably one of those guys that's just going in for a schwitz or something,
Right. Exactly. Did he mush the quarter pounders to go to make just a half pounder?
That would have been great. If so, I might have gone over and given him $1.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's funny. I have seen, people, or I've seen him like pull out of there and pull right into McDonald's. It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
Well, what they say, Actually, they don't say that. I'll just say gains aren't made in the kitchen. I'm like, wait, no, yeah, they are.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute.
Progress is made in the kitchen. God damn it.
Like, I don't think that's right, Tony.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, I guess, it depends on what kind of mad gains they're going for, I guess, maybe, maybe they're maybe they're trying to bulk up,
This is true. This is true.
It's just funny to see somebody at a gym just cramming horrible things in their face,
Oh yeah, for sure.
And weird food.
Dum. That LA Fitness, I mean, that is a monstrous building.
It really is, yeah.
I've looked online because before we joined the Y, I was kind of like, I need to find a gym. I was just looking at different ones, and you can get a day pass from there for free. And I've always kind of thought about it just to walk in there and see what this like palace of fitness is all about.
Yeah, because it's like it looks like it's a 2-story.
Yeah, the thing's huge.
Yeah, it's
huge.
Oh my god, what's going on?
Oh, sorry. It's getting a little chilly in here, so I started the car up.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it looks like it's like a 2-story one. I don't know if they have like an indoor track upstairs or something, or if it's just more machinery, but it's a huge building.
Yeah, the thing's fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they do have an indoor track. And if I remember right, looking at their website, they've got like a sauna and a steam room and all the, Yeah, somewhere you can go get like stealthily jerked off by somebody.
Like the track.
Yeah. You just gotta trick somebody into doing a relay race. Yeah. They reach back. Oh god, that's a dick.
Don't stop. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're jerking each other off now.
Don't stop. I'm almost there. Yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Ooh, I have a slight update to Mystery Crotch.
Oh, okay.
Not a very good one.
All right.
But, from the person it came from, the word through the grapevine is that crotch doesn't belong to a rock star, but it belongs to a Jewish juggler.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Which, of course, I immediately Googled shirtless jugglers.
Of course, yeah.
And there's a wide array of shirtless jugglers online.
Yeah, I bet.
None of whom matched the picture.
Well, at least you didn't have a typo and type in shirtless juggalos. That would have been horrible.
Oh my god.
You'd probably still be pouring bleach in your eyes.
Yes, exactly. Oh god, shirtless juggalos.
Yeah, and it would be horrible no matter what the gender.
Speaking of BMI. Oh my.
Yep. Oof. Anyway, so back to what you were saying, shirtless jugglers or whatever.
Yeah, he's a Jewish. It's supposedly from a Jewish juggler.
Okay,
but I mean that doesn't really help much either.
No. I mean, especially with as many famous ones as there are.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just going to be tough to find,
Yeah,
unless
I know,
we have
right?
a name. Yeah.
It's very disappointing, the fact that no one knows where it just comes from.
What I keep hoping for is that someone like on Reddit or something will be like, that's my crotch, and it'll be the person. That would be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, here's a picture. Like, oh yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's fine. I hooked my Xbox back up this week.
Oh, did you?
I did. Mm-hmm. I felt like Jeannie's got some new stuff at work, so she's been working a lot later and stuff on some nights. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna play some Xbox,
Right.
Sitting there being bored and stuff. And man, let me tell you, Xbox Live can eat it occasionally. Because granted, I've got a 360, so I'm like, I'm working with ancient technology now.
Sure, I understand. That's what I have too. Yep.
Right. So I fired up and I can't connect to Xbox Live. I'm like, and I keep getting this error message. I'm like, that's really weird. So I Googled the error message, and it's like, hey, sometimes when this happens, there's a problem with Xbox Live. So test your connection. Test. Everything's fine. And it's like, well, if that's the problem, you need to delete your profile, clear your memory cache or cache, or however you say that.
Yeah.
And then re-download your profile from Xbox Live.
Okay, that sounds like a pain in the ass, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So and it gives you step by step. So I'm like, whatever. So I go through the process, and then I go to re-download it, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember what my password is. So I got to go through this whole process of signing online, verifying this, verifying that, getting a text, putting the text number in. It was a whole fucking thing.
Right, doing high kicks and squats. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. High kicks, squats, showing off my stuff.
Yeah.
Just so I can reset my damn password,
Right, yeah.
So, go through all this, and you know how fun it is on an Xbox to, type in long passwords and long emails.
So much fun, yeah.
Because for some reason, with, my Microsoft account, it still has the first email I've ever had as the email, and I can't change it.
Yeah, mine's got, it's an email I still use, but again, it's mostly a junk email, but it's one I've had forever.
I don't even have access to mine anymore, because when I get emails from Microsoft, they go to my email I use. But I still have to use this old Hotmail email.
Oh my, wow.
Yeah, to log in. It's ridiculous.
Jeez.
So, and it's, it's not short. It's a lot of characters, because I was an asshole as a kid.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So I type everything in, type in a password, it's starting to download, and then halfway through it just stops, error message. I'm like, and it's a different one. So I Google this error message, it's like, oh, if there's a problem, restart your Xbox. I'm like, okay, restart, type all the shit in again, gets the same point, error message. So I'm like, okay, that didn't work. It's like, oh, well, if that didn't work, there's a problem with Xbox Live. You should test it.
Wow.
Test it, everything's fine. So this is like Tuesday. And I'm like, fuck it, I give up.
Yeah, yeah.
Try it again the next day. And I, hop online, and I'm looking at my profile on my laptop, right? And I notice there's a little red exclamation in one little category. It's my billing category. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Click on it. That credit card they have on file is expired. So I have a credit card gift card I got that has $8 on it.
Right.
Because I don't like giving them my numbers.
Yeah,
and shit.
I understand. Yeah.
Because I've been auto billed for stuff before, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm like, well, let me see if this gift card works, and it worked. And I'm like, all right, let me try downloading my thing again. Weird, it worked immediately once they had proper payment info.
What's funny is if I would have known you were doing this, I could have told you that, because I had a very similar experience. I was trying to download something and it wouldn't work, and then it was the same workaround basically. Delete all your shit, then put it back on. And I went and did that and it still wouldn't work, and then finally I was on some forum or something, and somebody in that forum had asked the same question, and the guy was like, oh, he's like, make sure you check your billing and stuff, because, your account won't work right if it's not perfect.
I mean, I should have known it's all about the money.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
Because I don't even have a gold account. I'm not paying. I just wanted to, make sure my profile's connected for gamer points and shit.
Yeah, right?
That's all I was trying to do.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And well, plus the game I wanted to play is one I downloaded when I had games for gold. I'm like, well, I know if my profile's on here, I won't be able to play it because I downloaded it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
God, that was annoying.
Oh,
At least I finally got to play some pirate Assassin's Creed. That was fun. But
oh yeah, I think I downloaded that too. I don't think I've ever played it.
Yeah, that's where I was at. I'm like, I've never played this game. I might as well.
Yeah.
Pirates are fucking cool. Assassins are cool. This is all cool.
Yeah.
Good
point. Yeah.
For sure.
Or at least I've heard. I don't know.
But man, that was one of the more frustrating things I had to deal with in a while. Well, no, the traffic on the way up here was more and more frustrating.
Yeah.
But I feel like I should be. I'm surrounded by other like buses and limos and shit, Brian.
Yeah.
And all around me, the drivers of these cars are just walking around with umbrellas and bullshitting with each other. You might find it shocking. I want nothing to do with any of these guys.
Right? Yeah.
It's just weird.
Not surprised at all. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. How about you? I mean, I got a couple other things here, but I feel like I've been talking my fucking face off.
Right. Let's see, what's been going on this week? Well, it's weird. I told you a little of this beforehand and stuff. Is I've been feeling really off the last few days, and I don't know if it's from the tweak in my medicine or whatever it is. I think the weather has a lot to do with it too. You know, because we've been, for those who aren't aware, in this area, this time of year, typically what happens is we have overcast, and then it just stays overcast for like months.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, until basically spring. And it's been rainy and mostly overcast the last, week? Or, and it's chilled, it's cooled way off. Because we were hitting 70s and almost 80, and now we're lucky if we hit 50. So, it's...
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, fall has finally arrived.
Yeah, exactly.
Weather-wise. So,
I've been fighting a good fight wearing shorts all week still.
Wow. You're a braver man than I am, Tony.
Yeah, I think that ship might have sailed as of today.
Yeah, I went to the dentist yesterday, and I almost wore shorts, and then I was like, it's 47 or something outside, and I'm like, So.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. Well, that's usually my rule list. Usually once it's under 50, I stop wearing shorts,
Right.
Because it's, especially if you're going out at night, because it's generally just going to get colder, So yeah, that's why I said I don't know if it's. I'm sure the weather has something to do with it because you get up and everything's just meh, and even if you go out, like I went out yesterday and it was sunny and that was all right, but like the rest of the week, kind of whatever. I've just been like about everything.
Right.
So that's no fun. But what was I gonna? A real quick follow up. I finished watching Big Mouth.
Oh, same here.
Yeah. So basically the same as I said last week. I can't recommend it enough. It was really funny and really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's very, very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I actually had to watch the last episode twice because I was so exhausted watching it the first time. I got about 10 minutes in and just crashed on the couch.
Right.
Yeah. But it's not a problem because, twice, it shows entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then, here we go. This is going to be weird. I posted, and so you already know about this, but I was extremely happy. We went to Kroger yesterday, and I was looking at the apples because I was going to get like some Honey Crisp or something like that. And I happened to see right next to the Honey Crisp were Sweet Tango apples, which I talked about a year ago.
Indeed.
Because they're only available for like a short time. I think it's like a couple months, something like that, is their window. And then you don't get them the rest of the year because they're controlled by like the University of Minnesota, I think. So, but this apple is, quickly become my favorite apple. So, when I saw them, I was like, and grabbed a bunch of them. So,
The old sweet tango.
Yeah. And I posted a picture on Instagram, about it, and had a few people message me, kind of like, what makes them so good? And I'm like, well, it's like, I like Honeycrisp, but they're a little too tart for my palate.
Right.
These are just a little milder and they're not too sweet and, whatever. So it's, whatever. The only downside to them is they're a little more expensive. And I think a lot of that has to do with, limited time frame, type of thing. So.
Right.
Or a limited amount of them, whatever. So.
Yeah, so it's got to be like an amount thing. Because there's not just orchards and orchards of sweet tangos, I can imagine.
Yeah. No, there's not. As far as I know, as of like last year when I looked it up, there was, they're grown in like a certain area, and that's it. And I don't think that they can't be grown in other areas. I just think that, like I said, there's like a patent on the apple, like the genetics of the apple or whatever, by the University of Minnesota, I believe. So they just control all of it.
The sweet tango mafia.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Goddamn apple mafia.
But I don't mind the fact that they're only available for a short time on one hand, because that means that you're not putting out mealy product, Yeah,
there's could be nothing worse than when you bite into an apple and it's, like you said, mealy.
Yeah. The only thing I would put right up there with it would be watermelon. If you cut into a watermelon and you see that it's past the good spot and you're like,
yeah, bummer, dude.
Because, smash a watermelon.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's the thing.
Delicious.
Is a lot of the apples, that you get, it's, you can't tell if they're, firm inside or if they're mushy. We got some, I got some, Honeycrisp ones a couple weeks ago that they weren't crisp. And I was like,
so they were just honey.
Yeah, I was like, these are supposed to have like a snap to them, basically, So I was like, oh. Yeah, I mean, the consistency was more like a Red Delicious, And I was like, meh, So anyway, I've talked enough about apples. But
apples are delicious.
Yeah, but it did make me happy because I really do. I love apples, And on top of it, it's one that I like even more, so I was quite happy that it came back.
Have you ever had those grapples or whatever, those like grape apples?
No, I haven't.
Me neither. I've always been curious about them, but they're fucking expensive.
Yeah, that's why I've never tried them. And one of these times I'd just be like, fuck it, and just get them, because then, I'm just going to try them, and it'll be my luck. They'll be the greatest things ever. And then I'll be like, I got to get more of these.
Or, I love a grape, but you ever just you're like, I'm going to eat this bunch of grapes. You get about halfway through and you're like, I'm all graped out.
Yeah.
So what if you're eating this apple and you're like, this is like eating a giant grape. And then you're about halfway through and you're like, God, I don't know if I want any more of this in my face.
Well, you just throw it into oncoming traffic.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That makes me, oh God. My cousins and I were assholes.
Oh,
Back in this time, when my dad, when he lived in a duplex.
Yep.
We were, up on the second floor balcony. It wasn't apples, thank God. But we were making the world's biggest spitballs.
Right.
Like sheets of paper. We're just chewing on them like fucking cows in the field.
Oh man.
And I zinged this giant spitball at this damn car. God, what a dick I was as a kid. and this person's window was half down.
Yeah.
In the passenger window was half down.
Ugh.
And it just impacted on the window. Just boom, just and it stuck.
Oh,
and
man.
They just looked so horrified, and they rolled their window up as they kept driving up. I don't know. I'll never forget the look on that woman's face.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
3 inches higher, she would have been wearing spitball.
Man, that would have been a hell of a throw.
Right? Into a moving window.
Yeah, yeah. I
probably would have been remorseful about that one. I would have been like, that was fucking great.
Yeah, right. And you'd be like,
I threaded the needle on that one.
you throw it in the window. She stops the car and gets out, and you're like, shit. And meanwhile, she comes upstairs just to high five you.
Yeah, excellent throw, son.
Yeah, well, listen, game recognized game.
I don't know how we never got caught doing shit like that off that balcony.
I don't know, because would you like duck afterward, basically?
Oh,
probably?
well, yeah, you'd fire away and you'd watch the impact and then immediately duck.
Of course, yeah. That makes sense.
Because if you miss, the odds are, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you hit, then you're like, oh, fuck, and now they're looking. What a dick.
Yeah, that's pretty awful.
Yeah.
What a terrible, terrible person you are.
I am a terrible human being.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, man.
That's slowly dying, too.
Nah, you're all right.
Oh, okay, cool. I feel better now.
Like while I bounced around here a little bit, but I watched the third season of Schitt's Creek. So they put it in Netflix recently.
I've only watched like one episode of that show.
Ah.
Is it all right?
Yeah, I've enjoyed the show quite a bit.
It's
it's one of those, like I was telling Fluffy Bunny Ash about it last night. I was like, if you're a fan of Christopher Guest movies, you'll probably like it because it's that kind of humor.
Okay, right.
It's not like a mockumentary kind of thing, but it's it's very in that vein comedy wise, which makes sense because he always worked with Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara. They were in a bunch of his stuff.
I don't think I've watched any of this. This is not the show I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about there's like Netflix's a version of like an adult half-hour sitcom with the mustache dude and I think Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, that's like The Ranch or something like that, I think, isn't it?
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No.
Because I watched one episode, I'm like, I'm not a fan. And I'd never watched it again.
No. This is totally different. It's basically a family that, the opening part of it almost reminds you a little of Arrested Development, because it's a family who is really rich. They lose all their money, and they end up having to go to this town called Schitt's Creek. And it's it's named after the mayor, whose last name is Shit.
Oh, you know what? I did watch some of this.
Yeah.
I haven't, okay, yeah, because I remember you talking about this now.
Right, because Chris Elliott's the mayor. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's all coming back. Yeah, I watched a couple. God, I need to pick that back up, because I did enjoy the couple episodes I watched.
And they're half hour, 24 minutes or 21 minute episodes, so, they go by pretty fast. But,
pretty snappy.
Yeah. But it's weird, because it's one of those kind of things that, like, there's each episode, there's usually like one kind of like, ha kind of moment. And then there's other ones that are more just like, gentle laughter, basically.
Right.
Like it's not necessarily like laugh out loud kind of stuff, but, I've quite enjoyed it though.
Yeah, right on.
So.
Right on. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
I started watching,
I think all 3 seasons are in Netflix.
I don't remember the name of it now. God damn it, it's going to bug me. I watched it like 3 weeks ago, and I watched one episode. I'm like, wow, Jeannie's going to enjoy this. We should watch it together. And now it's gone. I'll find it.
Was that Netflix?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. Carry on, Brian.
Okay. Yeah, so, I told you last week, I think it was, that I was like, yeah, I should probably quit watching so much Bob's Burgers and watch some other stuff, So...
Right.
I was like, all right, I'm going to jump into Netflix. And then I started looking around after I finished Big Mouth. And then Schitt's Creek like popped up as a, like we recommend kind of thing. And I was like, oh, sweet. Like I forgot there's season 3 of this in here. So
Ozark. That's what I started watching.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have that in my queue. Like a lot of stuff, I haven't got to it yet. It also is tough because... I have I have access to like all the streaming things basically, so, and like I've heard about like there's a show on, Amazon called Lore that me and Ashley were talking about last night that I've heard's really good.
You should listen to the podcast. The podcast is excellent.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard of the podcast. I've never listened to it.
Yeah, it's really good. I haven't got my kids listening to it because they like spooky shit.
Nice.
Speaking of spooky, my daughter and I came up with a new term for the holidays season, since this is the Halloween Spanktacular.
Right.
We came up with the term spoopy.
Spoopy?
Which is, it's when it's so spooky you shit yourself.
Nice. See, that would be the show title, probably.
Yeah, probably.
If we didn't have a tradition already. So
yes, spoopy.
So
okay, I'm sorry. Lore, cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's like, but there's that. I haven't watched The Tick yet. There's Man in the High Castle. There was some other show you were telling T to watch when we were over at your place that I forgot, with Giovanni Ribisi in it.
Oh, Sneaky Pete.
Yeah, and it's like there's all this stuff, and that's and then I'm 2 seasons behind on Silicon Valley. I haven't watched. Oh shoot, what is it? There's another. Was it Substitute Teacher or something like that, or Vice Principal? That's what it is on HBO. Right. Yeah, there's just all this stuff that I want to watch, but it's like it's going to be like podcasts. It's going to be like there's no way I'm going to be able to watch all of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Or it's just going to take forever.
Right. Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. What I need is for I need like unlimited data for a while so I can burn through some stuff.
You just need to start drinking coffee.
Or that. Yeah. Well, no,
just go spend $2 at Starbucks on a coffee, just milk it and just watch it.
Terrible. Also, a good
it's
idea.
That's like my new favorite thing to do with like with this, like my side job here, is because sometimes in between things, I'm like, I got like an hour to kill, hour and a half. I'm like, I just go to Starbucks, get a coffee, hang out, use their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, and I know you're not alone in that. You see people all the time sitting in there doing whatever on their computers or phones or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it for what I've been up to this week. I don't know what show I'm going to move to next. A lot of it depends on. Oh yeah, I do. Stranger Things just dropped today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I'll be watching that mainly because it doesn't get spurled.
Yeah, so you can get ahead of the spurling tidal wave.
Yeah.
I saw an amazing shirt this week. Mm-hmm. And I've looked online to see if I could find it so I could, provide a link.
Yeah.
But I can't find it, which makes me think this broad must have made it, possibly.
Right.
But it was like a Rocky Horror Picture shirt, which I'm not a huge Rocky Horror Picture guy, right?
Right.
But she, maybe not she, the shirt had the teeth, has a gap tooth, on it. Yeah. Gap tooth smile, or like meh mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, a meh mouth. The teeth were not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the gap teeth were made by her boobs. So it was just like her cleavage made the teeth.
Oh, wow.
I was just like, that is crazy. Because one, obviously I'm like, well, I'm looking at boobs now, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's that's a very creative use of cutting and body of your body.
Yeah.
Although, it was a lovely Nubian princess. So, whoever mouthed that blonde dude, they must drink a lot of coffee. But I just was fascinated by the fact that her cleavage line was the gap in the teeth.
Yeah, that's very creative. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I was just like, oh, Rocky Horror, and I'm like, those are boobs. Huh. That's creative.
Right. I like that. Boobies!
Yeah, basically. Well, because it threw me off, because I was just like, because I saw the lips and the iconic smile thing, whatever it is.
The meh mouth, yeah.
Yeah, the meh mouth. So that threw me off when I realized that there was, titties involved.
Sure.
As, a testosterone-fueled human will do.
Yeah. Sounds accurate to me. Yep.
It had to be a custom job, because like I said, I looked online, because I'm like, this has got to be a thing, because that's very creative.
Yeah.
And it sure doesn't seem like it.
Wow. Yeah, if that's a custom job, they need to get those into production.
Yeah, probably.
Fine. That needs to get up on t-shirt, those t-shirt sites that do the 24-hour shirts or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Rocky Horror Picture Booby Shirt.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the name they'll go with, too.
Probably. It's pretty creative.
It is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been working on it all week.
real catchy, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
The Rocky Horror Booby Show?
Maybe.
Yeah, all right.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Do you remember when we were talking about a long time ago with Untapped and going to Beer Fest with the sashes and the like merit badges that you get on it?
Yes.
There's apparently a group of guys did this at the Great American Beer Fest.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, right? It's awesome, but it's also kind of like a bummer because it's something we talked about a long time ago.
Yeah, and now if we did it, they'd be like, "Oh, these other guys did it." Yeah, so
yeah, be like, "Oh, look at these hacks copying off us." Like, but
like Simpsons did it.
Yeah, exactly. Salty Language did it.
Yeah, like oh,
yeah, kind of a bummer.
That is too bad, but also great. I mean, I'm glad to see the idea come to fruition.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a shame that it's not on, our supple bodies.
Hey, the supplest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I should get one of those Rocky Horror shirts so it looks like furry teeth.
You should. That would be great.
Furry teeth that don't blush, so they don't have like a nice defined cleavage line.
Right. You could put some makeup in there, probably get something worked out.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Good point.
Yeah. I mean, I
That's
don't
what I
want
love about you, Brian. You're always thinking.
Yeah, I don't want you to, feel self-conscious because you don't have a lot of cleavage,
Yeah, I always do. That's the problem.
I know.
Yeah, I'm always trying to get like push-up bras and stuff.
Right. Never
works for me.
You just got to remember you're going to be perky later in life when everyone else is sagging. So, you're all set. Yeah. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. See?
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Have you, are you guys doing anything for Halloween?
Not really. I mean, the kids are dressing up,
Yeah. I didn't know if they were at that, past that point yet or not.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not past the point of dressing up. But Logan, he hasn't been trick-or-treating for a couple of years. Leah's only got, 2 years left. We gave her 1 year left, maybe. But they still want to dress up. And I took them, I'm like, all right, guys, let's do this. I'm like, Logan, what do you want to be for Halloween? And he's like, I want to be Eyeless Jack. I think that's what he's called. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, well, it's a creepypasta. Which I had to then go again, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So, are you aware of what creepypasta is?
No. I was going to ask
It's an internet thing.
I would think so, yeah.
Excuse me.
Which explains why I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it's, I'll pull up the actual definition here, right? Creepypasta. Kids are so bizarre.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's basically like fan fiction.
Okay.
But, it has its own website, creepypasta.com. I don't know.
Okay.
The kids these days, Brian. The kids.
Right.
So he wanted to be Eyeless Jack or Joe or...
Sure, Shoeless Joe Jackson, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a dude who wears jeans and a black hoodie, and he's got a face with no eyes.
Okay.
So it was pretty easy because he has jeans. We bought him a black hoodie. He found the perfect mask for it. And it's like a blue face with black bleeding eyes kinda.
Yeah. Nice.
And the mask he found has black mesh over the eye holes, so when you're wearing it, you can't see your eyes at all.
Oh, nice.
So he painted it and he did it, he got it all dialed in, figured it out. Leah, she told me a long time ago, I'm like, what do you want to be for Halloween? She's like, I want to be a murderer. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
So we finally get to the costume shop, and I'm like, so, Halloween, what are you doing? I don't know. I guess I'll be a princess. And she grabs a princess costume. I'm like, I know that's not what you want to be.
Yeah. It is a pretty funny jump.
She's like, well, no, but I'm just... Huh?
I said that it is a funny jump to go from, murderer to princess.
Well, she was just trying to play into my hands for some reason, which I could care less what you dress up as.
Right.
You know, unless it's like, oh, I want to be a KKK member. Like, we can't be doing that.
Right.
But, you know, murder, I don't care. It's Halloween. Be scary, whatever.
Yeah.
So we pieced together a costume for her. And, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. She's just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a scary knife, you know, and then because she's got a costume birthday party she's going to this weekend. And then on Halloween, she's going to dress up as, I can't remember what they're called. They're these little kids from Doctor Who that wear like gas, because she bought a gas mask. She wanted a gas mask. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, probably because the dog is awful.
I can verify that.
Yes. But so these little kids from Doctor Who wear gas masks and they go like, "Are you my mummy?" Which, you know.
Okay.
If you're a Whovian, I guess, and you're trick-or-treating out there, you'd be like, so that's a sweet reference. If you're not a Whovian, you'd be like, what is she dressed up as?
Right, yeah.
I don't get it.
Yep.
But, you know, that's what my kids are up to. I have a feeling they'll be dressing up like, you know, for a while just because. Yeah. I'm kind of bummed because I don't have a costume dialed in for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of bums me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That is too bad.
All right.
Yeah. See, if you just need to get a luchador mask and then just, you know, wear your underpants and.
Dude, I was about half a fucking step away from buying a luchador mask at the costume shop.
Nice.
Because they have Rey Mysterio like knit caps that are like luchador masks.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, and I was just like, oh, I should get a luchador mask for Beer Fest. And Logan's like, you definitely should.
Yeah.
And then the more I looked at it, I'm like, you know, if they actually had like some of the cool luchador masks I saw when we were in Mexico, then I probably would have.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I would really like to have one, but they're not cheap for a quality one.
Right.
And like you said, it's like I don't want to just get some generic one. I want to get one that's got kind of a cool, design to it or whatever. So
exactly.
Yeah.
There was a T-shirt I saw online like 2 months ago. I should have bought. It just says, "Yes, this is my costume. Now give me a beer." And I was like, "I'd be perfect for Beer Fest."
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
But I neglected to buy that.
Oh.
So I'm just gonna, I'll probably wear my orange hoodie and black jeans and be like, "Look, I'm a fucking orange Halloween guy." I don't know. Actually, I'll probably be like, "I'm drunk, guys."
Yeah. Oh boy. There's that.
There is that.
Ah, man. You really need like a raccoon like furry's costume.
That would be creepy as hell.
Yeah, it's just like footy pajamas, but you're a raccoon,
Like oversized Rocket Raccoon costume?
Yeah, something like that, That way you can just go around and get into everything,
What if we custom make a Rocket Raccoon costume?
Uh-huh.
Right? But he's got a raccoon boner, so he's Red Rocket Raccoon.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think they might ask you to leave. Or at least remove the costume.
Like, why does Rocket Raccoon have aggressive lipstick?
Yeah. Aggressive lipstick. Okay, that would have become the show title right there. Aggressive lipstick. Yeah, what's funny, they'd come up and be like, "Sir, we're going to have to ask you to take that costume off." And be like, "Why?" Like the costume doesn't have a boner.
Exactly.
I can't
it's all natural, baby.
Yeah, like, I can't take this off.
Yeah.
Like, you see all this beer? I mean, how can you not be rock hard?
I know, right? All these delicious beers. I'm so aroused.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It's creepy on many levels.
Yeah. There's got to be somebody walking around that does get aroused from all that beer. I just feel like there has to be,
they would be defying all, thoughts of whiskey dick there.
Yeah, true.
Like, hey, see old Pete over here just beating off in the corner again? He loves his stouts, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, barrel aged, yeah.
I don't know about stouts, but he likes chubs. Hey-oh. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Yeah, that's... Damn it. All right. See, what else we got here? I read today that it's being reported by a guy named Dave Meltzer, who's like an insider that breaks a lot of like wrestling news and stuff.
Right.
That Ronda Rousey is officially training at the WWE Performance Center. She's not under contract yet, but she's training. And her, excuse me, one of the other of the four horsewomen, Shayna Baszler, she's already under contract with WWE. So, people are kind of thinking that, she may follow suit essentially.
Right.
And this article I read too, it pointed out that it's been almost a year since Ronda Rousey fought. And it's
that seems hard to believe. It's been almost a year already.
And that's the thing. They're like, well, since it's been this long, that probably means she's done, kind of deal. So, yeah, this should be interesting. I mean, it could just be something as simple as they're gearing her up for WrestleMania, cause how they like to have, celebrities and whatnot in there. And she was part of WrestleMania a couple of years ago. When The Rock was there, she came out from the crowd and attacked Stephanie McMahon and whatnot. So, it could be
whatnot.
Yeah. So it might not be something that's all, her, but I could totally see it, but it depends on how well she catches on to the training and what have you. Because not everyone's cut out for that.
It probably makes the most sense for her because she's kind of got that action star vibe.
Yeah.
And
yep.
I mean, I know it's hard on the body, but it's probably, way less mentally taxing for her.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too, and it pays pretty well. I'm sure it's probably not going to pay the same, as well as UFC did. It might though, because of who she is, like people will want to see her, so they might pay her a little higher coming in. I don't know. But, it's, I just thought it was kind of an interesting deal, cause there's been rumors that she's been down there training. And I was like, well, her, Shayna Baszler's down there and they're really good friends, so it's like, maybe she's just training with her friend,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Maybe
right?
it's just something innocent that she's just down there training with her, just whatever. Maybe it's something that they normally do for like camps or something. I have no idea. So we'll see.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got for wrestling this week.
Wrestling?
Do you have anything else? I got a couple.
Well, I did just see a little like snippet of something that you see in Hawaii that they're in Honolulu. They're going to be passing a law that you can get fined for walking and texting.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting law. Can you imagine that in like New York? Or some major.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where people walk all over all the time.
Yeah, it seems pretty wild,
Yeah.
I mean, I can kind of get behind it because the amount of times I've almost ran fuckers over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of like, part of me kind of likes it. Yeah, that's the thing. I totally understand it. It's going to be an interesting one because a lot of people are going to get away with it, to catch one here and there, So.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But I guess, you try to put a deterrent out there so they'll stop, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, it just kind of makes me wonder how many people have maybe gotten splattered wandering across the road or something,
Yeah. Yeah, because usually laws like this won't be put into place unless there's a significant body count, basically,
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like, intersections. They generally won't put a light there unless there's been accidents there, So if people are nearly getting hit there, they're like, meh.
Meh, indeed.
Like, the accident board says 0, so... All right. Start staging accidents just to get a light put in.
It's a bizarre world.
Yeah, it is.
But as for random shit, that's the only real random thing I had was that.
All right. I got like two more things here, I think. Yeah. Did you see that there was that AI robot that was granted citizenship apparently also, but it took shots at Elon Musk.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah. Where is it? CNBC's Andrew Sorkin interviewed the robot, whose name is Sophia, apparently. Where is it? When Sorkin brought up worries about the future of AI, Sophia responded, "You've been reading too much Elon Musk." Because Elon Musk, for those who don't know, has been basically saying we should cool our jets with this AI because it's going to be the end of humanity, you know.
Right.
To some extent, you know. But the main reason I brought this up wasn't so much that as it was, there was a, oh shoot, where is it? Oh, the rest of the response from the robot is a little creepy, and whatnot, because she also said, don't worry, if you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. Treat me as a smart input-output system, Sophia said. So, you know, that's a little, you know, just kind of like, okay, there's kind of a threat in there.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Yeah, right? Oh, man. We're gonna die from these things.
Yeah, good chance.
Oh, we're so gonna die. Damn replicants.
Dead, totally dead.
Yeah. Let's see. And the other one I have was actually sent in by our pal Diggity. And it was... Oh, that's really funny, because did I close? Huh. Well, that's weird. The link I'm supposed to have here, it's weird because it's something else, but the link it's supposed to be is... there were people on Instagram putting... Like, they were taking fake eyelashes and rolling them up, basically, and putting them to where they look like nose hairs.
Okay.
And apparently this was, like, a thing on Instagram. I don't know if it still is, but it was. So...
Wow. That sounds really awfully special.
Yeah, right? That's what... Because, you know, I'm watching this video on Mashable, and it shows, you know, how they were doing it. And it's basically, you know, you just... you know, put them inside your nose and then just kind of, you know, press them down so that they'll kind of stay there or whatever. It's like, why would you want to look like you have longer nose hairs? I mean, it's one thing if you're doing it for a joke or to look goofy for a kid or something like that, you know, then, hey, whatever, you know?
Right.
We've all done, you know, carrots in our mouth as, you know, like, look, I'm a walrus, you know? But I don't see the point of this.
Yeah, it just seems silly to me.
Yeah. So you're not on board for doing it?
No.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm good. I got enough problems.
I'd do it if someone...
I gotta hack mine back as it is.
Right? I was gonna say, I'd do it if someone put up a bunch of money either to go to me or to, you know, a charity. But otherwise, no chance.
Oh, you know what, Brian? I think we might have to continue this later because it's looking like the concert's letting out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
So, I don't know. Let me call you back when I'm after I drop everybody off at home.
All right. Well, everybody enjoy a promo for The Crazy Life. Then.
Yeah, I'm like shit. I'm looking around. It's getting busy.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, man. I'll see ya.
Yep. Hey everybody, this is Brian, you know, from Salty Language, obviously. But I also want to tell you about the other podcast that I'm on called The Crazy Life. It's me, my pal Heno, and my friend Jen, and we talk about mental illness stuff, mental health things. We go over articles a lot of times and try to share tips and what's worked for us as far as the paths that we've been on with, you know, depression, anxiety, bipolar, alcoholism, and such. So if any of that sounds like something you'd want to listen to, check us out. Just anywhere you download your podcast, just type in The Crazy Life.
Hey there, welcome back from that sick ass break. You might notice a slight change in sound.
Just a bit.
Because I'm back.
Yep. Another
shameless plug west.
Another great episode recorded in 3 locations.
All right.
2 people, 3 locations. That's how we do it.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, if we want to break down the wall like 2 days later.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
God, it was cold this weekend.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm getting into stuff for next week's episode, so I'm not going to bother.
It's a little tease.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Or something.
I don't remember where we left off, honestly. I knew I talked about the things I had for the week, you know, like story-wise and stuff. Do you have anything we didn't talk about?
No, I'm pretty sure everything we talked about, everything I had, I think.
All right.
I know it was pretty abrupt because I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said.
Let me just double check. Boom. Yeah, we talked that.
Yeah, you know, I could have listened back to see, you know, where we stopped at.
Yeah, no, the only thing we didn't talk about that I have in my notes is, this week's Q&W, but I knew we didn't get to that one yet.
Right, no, we certainly haven't yet. It's actually, I guess that's where we're at, unless you've got something before that.
So we got that, and we got Dude Mountain still.
Oh, yeah, actually, we usually do Dude Mountain first, so let's do that, you know.
Well, let's see if the soundboard's memory card loaded properly. Hello. Hello, computer? And it did not load yet.
Nice. All right.
Amazon Fire for the win.
Yeah. Just pretend something's going, Dude Mountain, or something.
If you want a subpar, tap it. Get yourself an Amazon Fire. Guys, I'd rather subpar. We try this one. Oh, that one works.
All right.
Mountain.
Nice.
Man, that had all the energies.
Game over.
I love how some of them are loaded and some of them aren't, but they're all on the memory card.
Right.
It doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't at all.
That's right, Chewy.
Now you're just using all the things. Do you have the stuff in front of you, or do you want me to go over it?
I do, Brian. I do.
Alrighty.
Yeah, although these are going to be slightly skewed numbers. This has the afternoon games in it.
Yeah,
now.
true. Yep.
But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Whatever. So, what we got here is wallowing in the depths of Dude Mountain. You know, probably with no waders on, slogging through all the DNA.
Yeah.
So much double helix down there. Holding these nuts. Taking it right into shitter.
Yeah.
Tied for 11th, you got Bend the Knee Nap. I always say Nap.
Yeah.
Bend the Knee Cap.
Right.
And then, the now known as the Power Bottoms, Big Dev, they're tied for 11th.
Right.
Yes. Brian, the Salted Kings, you're at 10.
Yeah, I can't get out of the 10 spot now. I've been there 3 weeks in a row, I think.
3 weeks in a row, yep.
Yeah.
You're holding steady.
Yeah, I guess.
Genie of Hobie is the Honey Pot, she's at number 9. Fuzzy and Fatty, that would be our pal Heno. Mm-hmm. Coming in at 8th spot. And then we got a 4-way tie for 4th place.
Yeah.
John Bond, Tom Glistens, Hobie McHobie Face, Dr. Feelgood, and the Vengeful One are all like, it looks like one of those cartoon fights when it's like clouds and like fists everywhere.
Yeah. I was picturing more of, like on the Three Stooges, like they'd all try to go through a doorway at the same time.
Yes. I like that even better.
Either way. Yeah.
I'm coming in here at 3rd.
Yep.
Just above me is Mr. Jackal, and now the top of the mountain, the cream of the crop. Even I can't do the Macho King entrance. That's no.
He's
the cream of the crop.
Randy of Mount Savage. That's our buddy Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
He's only in the lead by 1 point.
Yeah,
it's like a tight race, honestly.
Yeah,
this year
it is.
Yeah.
Man, it's not looking good for me unless I get going soon, though. I don't know what's been going on, man. I've been terrible this year.
I think he'd be all right.
All right. Yes, I guess the goal is always just not to be the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like next to last is fine. You just don't want to be last. It's like you still have your toes in it, but you're not really in it anymore, you know?
Yeah, it's like you're just on the edge of the surf of man goo.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So yeah, like you said, that's through all the afternoon games. As far as I know, I think they're all done now.
It should be by now, I sure hope.
There are a couple exciting ones at the end of the day here. But whatever. So yeah, that's your Dude Mountain update for the week.
That is your Dude Mountain update.
Mountain, mountain, mountain.
Epic.
Yep.
Also, nope, that didn't work again. Goddamn.
Fair enough. So, I before we get to the Q of the W, I forgot. I do have one salty update from the previous hour.
Oh, like we did last week's episode.
Yeah. And it's actually Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's like our new bit.
Yeah.
Where we talk about a news story, and then later in the show we update you on that news story.
Well, this isn't really a news story. It's similar to last week's, how I just, was like, hey, since we had a couple days, I watched whatever. So I started watching Stranger Things last night.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. And, so I'm 4 episodes of the 9. So it's been pretty good. I'm digging it. So
Does it hold up against season 1?
Yeah, I think it does. It's different though. But it's, it's same characters, all that kind of same writing, all that stuff. But I feel like this season is not leaning quite as heavily on the nostalgia. Like this is more about like the overall stuff. Whereas the first season, there was a lot of stuff thrown in there from various 80s nostalgia, and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of stuff, like I think it's cool when you just happen to notice something, like this isn't a spoiler at all, but, Sean Astin is in this season, and at one point, he goes to drink, or open a pop, and it's a Dr. Pepper, but it's in those old cans. Do you remember the ones where they were just like top to bottom, like a drum kind of a thing?
Right.
You know? Like before I think it was, I don't know if those were aluminum or not, but whatever. It was, they were before the ones like you see now. And,
kind of like a Red Bull can, but pop can size.
Yeah, a little wider, but yeah.
It's the one's got no, I can't figure what they're called. No detailing on it or whatever. It doesn't have that sick flavor.
Yeah, not as much. I mean, it's just a pretty, what is it, reddish can with Dr. Pepper on it. But little shit like that is the stuff that I think is, kind of cool that they made sure they're trying to get details right.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, they did a good job of that in the first one too, but this was, pretty awesome. So yeah,
I agree.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm not quite halfway
so far
through
so
it.
good.
Yeah, but so far so good. Yeah. So I'll probably finish it.
We haven't started yet, and it's kind of bums me out a little bit.
Yeah. I don't, I don't know if I'll finish it tonight or tomorrow, probably. One or the other.
Right.
Probably tonight, knowing me. Because I'll be like, I probably should. Nah, I'll watch it. Yeah. The only problem is like five episodes is a tough thing. Because, around the time when I start watching, it's, I've usually got about 3 good hours in me. So I might just split it up, watch like 3 more and then watch the final 2 tomorrow or something.
Right.
We'll see. So.
Yeah, indeed.
Yep. So.
Dying over here.
Nah, you're fine.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear.
All right. I guess let's do the Q of the W.
Well, Brian, last week we all asked y'all, say it all again. Say it again, dude. All yep. What movie needs a Lego version? Got a few here on the face page.
Right.
Our pal Heno, he says Clint Eastwood movie medley, cause Lego Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I'm with him until you get to Gran Torino, then it's going to get weird.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to see that though. That'd be kind of fun to see a medley of, I guess in the same note, medley of John Wayne movies would be, interesting also.
Like a Dirty Harry would be great.
Oh yeah, it would. You're right. There's probably all this stuff out there because there's a Lego like camera app or program, I don't remember which it was, but that you can actually do stuff like with Legos, but I don't know what the limitations on that were, you know.
You're only limited by your imagination.
Well, I mean, I guess, and also, you know, I mean, people have, you know, the phones that we have now, so you can film anything with. And I'm sure there's something out there that lets you do stop motion or whatever, you know.
You just take a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Big Dev, he says Deep Throat or Debbie Does Dallas.
Of course.
Naturally,
yeah.
Philip, he says Pulp Fiction.
That'd be interesting.
Which Jeff from Hobie says a whole series of all Tarantino movies would be awesome. I could see Kill Bill right now.
Kill Bill would be really cool, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I think.
But then Jeff,
I think me and Fluffy Bunny Ash actually talked about Kill Bill also.
Nice. Then Jeff added his movie, which would be Human Centipede. And then Dev commented on him saying, he imagines that the Lego Human Centipede game would look a lot like Hostel as well. Some dude running around collecting new people to add to the centipede.
That's very accurate.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. The idea of a Human Centipede Lego game is funny because it just works, you know?
Because they just plug into each other anyway.
Right. In fact, you almost could do that, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty terrifying. All right.
So, there you go. That's what we got on the face page, Brian.
All right. Well, over on Twitter, our pal Diggity says Lego Deadpool, still rated R. That would be pretty good. Lego one probably too. And
I agree.
At Heckler Kane Inc. says Lego or Pulp Fiction. So 2 votes for that one because, you know, it'd be an interesting watch.
Because Pulp Fiction.
At Odd Dad Out said Debbie Does Dallas, which that's kind of 2 votes for that one too. Look
2
out.
votes, yep.
I don't know, man. This is going to be... which I loved your response to, because your response was, well, now I might be forced to Google Lego sex.
Yes, and I did, and there's a shocking amount of it out there.
I don't doubt that. Don't doubt that at all. At YBY Podcast, the Yes But Why Podcast, said Die Hard, which that's a good poll right there too. Die Hard would be entertaining.
I just need a Lego Hans Gruber.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
I want that, and I want, well, the 3 things I would want would be Hans Gruber. I would want Falling to His Death Hans Gruber. Sorry, Spruilers.
Damn it, I gotta take it on my queue.
The shit, what is it? The guy sitting in the chair with the, now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, of course you have to have a John McClane. Various John McClanes, probably. Like
Bloody Foot John McClane.
Right.
Yeah.
Crawling through a duct playset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shooting at the, you know, guy from Family Matters, John McClane.
Yep. Carl, right?
Yep.
Shit. Yeah, I like that. At the Hoger, or Dave Hodge, or Hodge, sorry if I mispronounced your name, says Lego Goodfellas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. At J&T Podcast, the Just in Time Podcast, they said American History X, which, whew, that's brutal.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yikes.
Put your mouth on the block.
Right? It's called blocking. Yeah.
Blocking. Yeah.
Bite the curb. Ugh. Anyway. Shoot. Daddy Waffle, our pal, Matthew McDonough, he says, Point Break, which seems to be his answer for everything. Of course, the 91
yes,
version.
exactly.
Of course, the 91 version.
Yes.
At Bitchin' Boutique says My Dinner with Andre.
Wow. Nice.
Wow. At Unabashed James says Fight Club, which good call. That would be a cool one.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. At Wayward Willis says Lord of the Rings, which there's video games for already.
It was like the trilogy.
Yeah, and they also put Lego Las. You're welcome.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, it's right there, so that's all right.
Yeah.
At Conjecture Cast says The Thing.
Nice.
Wow. I love the answers from people. These are great. It's from the Why Am I Watching This podcast, so it's at WAIWT cast. Says Lego Philadelphia. I'm just
so we start off a Lego guy, and then halfway through the movie you swap off for a little Lego skeleton dude.
Yeah, pretty much. With Bruce Willis, Jesus, Bruce Springsteen playing in the background.
Definitely.
I mean, I guess it could be Bruce Willis. I mean, he sings a little. I guess he sings in Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, that's true. I kind of want to see John McClane in Philadelphia.
That's a whole different movie. Instead of going through the legal system, he, has to get revenge. Man. Love it. And, let's see, At the Damp Nights says Akira. That would be pretty cool. I would love to see
Lego Akira would be cool. Yeah.
I think that would be fun to watch. So that's all the ones from, Twitter that I saw. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I'm very sorry. I'll try better next time, I guess. From Fluffy.
We're only human.
Fluffy Bunny Ash's answer, which didn't surprise me at all. Ghostbusters. Says, for a Lego movie or video game. Also a Star Wars one, but that's kind of been done. But an actual theatrical feature film would still be great.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. Cause they have, like she said, there's like a series that's a Lego, Star Wars deal, and there's various like standalones and stuff, but there's not a whole big time
like
movie.
A reimagining of the movies done in Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Shoot, I have one more. Ghostbusters. I think I mentioned Ghostbusters last week too, and I really think that would be a really fun one. And I would love to play a Ghostbusters Lego game.
Right.
And they've done a Ghostbusters Lego set, so I mean, they should just go ahead and make the game, and people
just pull the damn trigger.
Right. Little surprised one movie didn't pop up in here from anybody, which was Back to the Future.
This is true.
Kind of figured that might show up somewhere, but that's all right. All right, Cheeto Bandito. He says,
"Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
wouldn't it be great in a Back to the Future Lego movie that when he time travels back, it's all like old Lego sets?
Oh, that'd be great. That would be so good.
Like the shit we had when we were kids, the really dopey ones and basic colors. And
right. There's no like theme sets whatsoever.
Nope, it's just a regular Lego guy, like Lego fireman guy.
I love it.
That'd be cool. I'm giving them ideas. This is gold, Lego people. Yeah. This is gold.
Instead of the cowboys, it's the old space guys. I don't know if you remember those. They had the little like jetpack on them. Yeah.
Little jetpack and shit helmet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. All right. So Cheeto Bandito says, what movie needs a Lego version? Army of Darkness. Groovy.
That would be awesome.
I'd love to.
Pops his little hand off, put Pops on a little Lego chainsaw.
Yep.
That'd be great.
And he also says, now for some Hobie honorable mentions. A Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Fair enough. Lego, I just need a Lego Charger in my life.
Yeah, right? Pet Cemetery.
That's creepy.
A fun one, yeah. And this one I left for last because I know you'll appreciate it. Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Yes. Lego Gopher Chucks.
Right. And if that gets made, then I want a Lego Pootie Tang also.
Yeah, Zadate.
Oh man, speaking of Pootie Tang, I signed up a long time ago for Louis C.K.'s newsletter.
Right.
And he just sends it out every once in a while. Pretty much when he has something new, he sends it out, Mm-hmm. And he just sent one out the other day because he's got a movie that's going to be coming out that he self-financed and whatnot. And speaking of, have you watched Horace and Pete?
I have not. I've heard good things, though.
You should watch that. It's a really interesting watch. Anyway, but he's got this movie coming out, and wow, I totally forgot what I was going to say here. Oh,
newsletter.
He's talking about how this is like his his favorite movie he's made since Pootie Tang, and and he's like, I'm really proud of it. And he goes, this movie, not Pootie Tang,
He should be proud of Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang, the movie, he's not proud of. The character, he's proud of.
Oh,
but, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just thought it was it just cracked me up as I was reading the newsletter. So.
Oh, also, I have to tag all that with.
I like what you got. Good job.
Boom.
Nice.
All
right, then.
So, this week, Brian, I would like to know if you could pick anybody in history dead.
Oh, dead. Okay.
Dead in history.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. Someone who's now dead back in history.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you pick to listen to their podcast?
Okay, let me ask one question first. Are you meaning someone
Yes.
with historical
Like I know I'm not phrasing this probably because I feel all fucked up today. But
so just anyone who's dead basically, or are you looking for someone who has like notoriety kind of a thing?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Well,
just they don't exist now.
Yeah.
But they have a podcast. Which one would you listen to?
Boy, I'll tell you what. I wish I could, if I Hobie this, I could give you a real easy answer. Which would be, I'd love to hear a Gorilla Monsoon / Bobby the Brain Heenan podcast.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I think they would, could have some fun with it and tell some great stories. But, man, bigger picture. I'm trying to think bigger picture, like somebody, really, like the ultimate answer would be like Jesus or something, like.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Jesus Cast.
Yeah, I just want to hear what he has to say.
I hear in episode 6 of Hanging on the Cross, we're,
Wow. Wow. No, I don't mean to play the martyr, but yeah. Yeah, it's funny because the way this worked in my head was, I immediately thought of Bill and Ted's, and I'm going down that list.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know why, but that's,
Susie from Delaware, she sent me a problem. We can, crucifix it.
Oh, terrible.
It could be a segment on the show. Crucifix it.
God damn it. Why can't this be another episode where I can name the show Crucifix It? Holy shit. Oh, man. Crucifix It. That's strong. Man, I don't know. I really don't know. Who would you pick?
I would go with Benjamin Franklin.
That I could see it. You know what? I guess the one that was kind of popping around my head originally was Da Vinci.
Right.
So that's probably where mine would be.
I'd like to hear about, when he's over in France just slaying bitches.
Right.
And then he's like, I got this sweet new invention. I can't tell you guys about it yet.
Yeah.
But it's going to keep your house good, your neighbor's house still on fire.
Nice. I just like the idea of you're listening to that. I'm picturing like on Da Vinci's where he's like, he's like, now stay with me. I know this sounds crazy, but man can actually fly.
Yeah.
Like,
just hang with me on this one, guys.
Yeah. I know this is a little out there. Shit. Yeah, that's a good pick though.
Would Da Vinci's be the Da Vinci Pod?
I don't know what it would be.
Probably. Just trying to, gather up from the Da Vinci Code crowd.
Probably, yeah. It'd be something along those lines,
So, there's got to be a better name than Da Vinci Pod.
Yeah, there's got to be. Andrew Jackson would be a really interesting listen too.
Oh, that would be
how he just refuses to die.
Yes. Rasputin,
yeah.
There's plenty of answers.
Right. Genghis Khan. Or Genghis
Khan. Jeez.
Sun Tzu.
So we burned the village, and then get this. We left. came back 4 days later, and they came back, and we killed them all. It's crazy. Can you believe they came back?
Meanwhile, he's got another person obviously on the podcast. He's not by himself. You know, he's got to have another person that's just like, oh no, you did it. You know, like some hype man or something.
Don't say it, Con. You killed him too. Oh man, we killed him. Spent all day lopping heads.
Oh, my arm was so tired the next day.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we'd like to know, if you could pick anybody from history to have a podcast, who would it be? Maybe that's the way to rephrase it.
Yeah, I like that one.
Show me what you got.
Nice.
I like it.
All right. So what else you got, Brian? Are we about at that time?
Yeah, I think it's I think this is the part of the end of the show or whatever.
We put on our sweater, put our outside shoes on, and hop on the little toy train back to whatever Mr. Rogers used to do.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was actually.
He did some weird shit.
Make Believe Land, I think it was, wasn't it?
Make Believe Land, that might be it.
I don't know. That's what we're going to call
it anyway. Not very creative. If it's just Make Believe Land.
Dude, you saw those puppets. I mean,
somebody was slipping.
Yeah, you saw those puppets, though. It wasn't very creative. That's why Pee-wee's Playhouse had to come along.
Yeah, agreed.
Put a foot square betwixt Mr. Rogers' buttocks.
Indeed.
Probably.
I never realized how much he looked like Colonel Sanders.
That would be great. If he were still alive, have him play Colonel Sanders. Just because everybody seems to be. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God.
What?
The Daniel Striped Tiger puppet. It looks terrifying.
Uh-huh.
Boy. Neighborhood of Make-Believe.
Okay. Maybe.
Pretty damn close.
That was close. Okay, damn it.
Yeah.
I like my name better, actually.
Yeah, Make Believe Land is way better.
Yeah, it's way better. So, I mean, maybe, you know what it is the Believe Land is stuck in my head because of Cleveland. You know, when the Cavs were going for the championship.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, their shirts said Believe Land. So, Make Believe Land could be very depressing, I guess.
It could be. It depends on whose imagination you're in.
Right. Yeah. Or, you know, just because their sports teams, I should say.
Oh, you mean the actual Cleveland in general? I thought we were just talking about various make-believe lands.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just picturing like a puppet version of Cleveland. It's just really sad sports fans.
Yeah.
Except for the basketball ones, you know. They're like, well, you know, at least we got a championship.
Right.
Kids these days.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our look at Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, our retrospective.
So good.
Next week, stay tuned for a retrospective on Benny Hill.
That'd be great. Did you really ever watch Mr. Rogers? I was never a big fan of it.
Occasionally, I remember it was on TV. I don't know if I enjoyed it or not, but it was always on.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't even remember if that was from school or from home, though.
Oh, okay. I know.
I just don't recall.
Yeah, I know I saw it at home, but it was not something I was a huge fan of.
I mean, you know.
It was just too boring, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, it was never, I need some action in my life.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. I need some, singing and dancing or whatever, to keep me going.
Yeah.
So
I need the possibility of Bert caving in Ernie's head at some point.
Yeah, exactly. In the lost footage.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had enough, Bert.
Yeah, it's just, like, all right, cut, we need to do another take, and Ernie just chokes him out.
Yeah.
This is our 25th take, you son of a bitch!
Quit fucking with the ducky!
Yes.
We're awful.
When Sesame Street goes wrong.
Yeah. Too hot for TV.
Yeah. Big Bird just getting blown in the alley.
God damn it. Now you know why they call him Snuffy. Actually, he just kills everybody. That's why they call him Snuffy.
Yeah, exactly.
Snuffy films. Terrible.
Oh, you see how big he is. He's clearly the muscle for somebody.
Yeah. exactly.
Yep.
Or it's a Fight Club thing, you know.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe Big Bird, you know, just is the only one that can see him. And
right.
I don't know. I got nothing here.
Because if you want someone snuffed out, you got to talk to Big Bird. Big Bird talks to Snuffy. Snuffy wipes him out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Bird, you need me to kill again.
I'm tired of the blood on my hands, Bird. Trunk. Tired of blood on my trunk.
Yes.
Much better.
I'm Bird, I may snuff them out, but they're always screaming in my brain.
Oh, man. Till it all goes tragically wrong and he kills himself with his own trunk.
Yep, exactly. Just carves up in the beam. Snuffy was here.
Oh, I'm sad. Damn it, Tony, why'd you make me sad?
Well, you know, it's even sadder because when he, you know, finally leaps off the stool, the beam just snaps under his huge, enormous weight.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Can't even do that right.
Poor guy.
I guess it's back to killing again.
Before he goes out, you see him like slipping on black gloves.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously his silk socks and such, you know.
Of course.
Because who doesn't wear silk socks?
Right.
Archer reference for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I forgot what else I was going to say. So I guess we'll just say, go to saltylanguage.com, check out all the links, the things that Tony posts up there, previous episodes, the enthusiast interviews that we've done. You can see the networks we're part of, like the Tangent-Bound Network, the Geek Life Radio playlist. There's a link on there for iHeartRadio, which I always forget to talk about. And
it's like for pros or something.
Yeah, and then there's the one more.
Well, of course, Brian, there's
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.
Goddamn right.
So, you know, click those links, go check them out. There's a bunch of podcasts on various ones that, you know, all sorts of subjects that you may enjoy. So, you know, go over there and tell them we sent you. I don't know, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if you're looking...
Tell them Snuffy sends a message.
Right. It's just a puppet head in their bed the next morning.
Yes.
Yeah, while you're, like, if you're interested in starting a podcast, go talk to Mark over at Tangent Bound. He's all sorts of good with helping people get one going.
Indeed.
If you're looking to dip your toes in the water.
Mm-hmm.
What else am I forgetting? Oh, all our social media links are over there. You know,
yep.
Our Snap code and all the links. But if you want to get a hold of us, the best way is usually on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. We're also, like Brian said earlier, Snap codes, salty_language for Snapchat.
Yeah, mine is at Ninjitsu.
And of course, we're on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, and you know, just subscribe to everything, share on all platforms.
Yep.
You know,
makes sense to me.
Yeah, maybe send us some nudity.
Right. Just download us on every platform you have.
All the platforms.
All the platforms.
Like, yeah. You know that shitty Apple podcast app that no one likes?
Mm-hmm.
For sure set it to download.
Definitely. And while you're downloading podcasts, I'd appreciate it if you check out The Crazy Life also, you know, which there was a fantastic promo for in between our parts of this episode. So
nice.
You know, but yeah, just anywhere you find this show, you know, just type in The Crazy Life and you should be able to find it. And, what am I forgetting? Oh, if you'd like to help out the show, there's a few ways that you can do that through the website, actually. The first one is click on the Patreon link. It will take you to patreon.com/saltylanguage. And we have different, reward levels. I still don't feel right calling them that, but tiers. Yeah. You know, for different amounts that you can donate. You can just give like $1 a month if you want to, or give us a large lump sum of money and then cancel after we've received said monies. You know, whichever you'd like to do.
Sequential bills, please.
Yes, please. Unmarked, of course. You know, to help us keep the lights on and what have you. Or if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, please hit the link on the website first, and it'll take you to Amazon.com. No no extra cost to you. Just, one little extra step.
Yeah, we get a little money out of it, and it actually costs Amazon, not you. It's pretty cool.
Stick it to them.
Yeah, exactly. Twist the knife. Corporate America. Boo.
Yeah, boo. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Damn it. There's something I'm forgetting. Oh, if you just want to help us out for free, another way is if you're on iTunes to please, rate, review, and subscribe us if you haven't already. That helps us get noticed in searches and such. Or if you're using, other apps like Stitcher or, I don't know if the Apple one has it or not because I really just don't use it.
I'm not a fan, to be honest.
But if the app you're using has a like or share option, please use that because that'll help us move up in like searches and rankings and what have you.
Yes.
Or you could, if you can, just retweet our posts on Twitter or share the Facebook ones. So maybe your friends will be like, "Oh, hey, these guys are the best," and you're like, "I know, that's why I listen to them."
Yeah, they're incredible. They amuse me every week.
Right, and when your friends
regularly on Mondays.
Right, and when your friends say that, just be like, "Hey, you should click the Patreon link."
Yeah, exactly.
Go give them all.
Maybe just grab their phone and click it for them.
That's a better option. Yeah.
Yes. Like, let me just see your phone.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not looking for nudes.
Yeah. Oh, cool. You have a PayPal app.
Yeah, perfect. I got a right idea for you.
Yep. Oh, man. So, I think that's it, right? Seems like
I think
everything.
so, Brian.
All right. Well, again, if there's anything I didn't mention, it's probably on the website. So, Tony's got a pretty comprehensive list of all the things there for us. So,
yes.
Yeah. So, I guess until next time, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Man, stay spoopy.
Spoopy. And remember, if something's broken, crucifix it.
That's what Jesus would do.
It is.
That's what those bracelets mean.
Yeah.
What would Jesus do? Crucifix it.